A National League championship we won't soon forget, plus the USA women punched their ticket to Sydney. It's all coming up next on a brand new Counterattack. Hey everyone, Greg Mescall here. Thanks for joining us on the Counterattack here on USA Water Polo and Overnght. We start first with the National League. What an end to the 2026 campaign. The National League season bigger than ever before, the addition of the 18U bracket, plus the NorCal division. It all culminated in Orange County this past weekend. What a scene on Saturday, the first ever WPBQ Water Polo Barbecue at Servite High School. Big shout out to Servite for playing host, making all of that happen on site in Anaheim. And it was a really exciting evening of semifinal play when you look at the 18U and Open division. That then set the table for Sunday at Woollett. On the 18U side, as the highlights will show you soon, Newport just rolled. They were the class of 18U really throughout the season, and they finished things off in convincing fashion against Channel Islands, which got to the 18U final. Meanwhile, in the Open division final, you couldn't have really scripted it any better. LA Athletic Club, they were undefeated all season long. They had added all the stars. They had Denis Varga, Filip Filipovic. They added Balash Harai. Just really loaded that team up with European stars. And then they had some of your favorites from Team USA, including Chase Dodd and Ryder Dodd. It was a star-studded squad, and they were going up against the Olympic Club. And they had some star power of their own. Think about Olympic bronze medalists in Dylan Woodhead and Drew Holland. But it was mostly a mix of Stanford and Cal grads coming together for a truly spirited effort. It set the stage for a final that ended at the very last second. A wild finish in regulation for those that watched what seemed to be a game-winning goal for Colin Mulcahy and the Olympic Club taken off the board. A game misconduct foul called against Olympic Club's Nick Mirkovic, who up until that point had played absolutely lights out, had such a great game for the Olympic Club. Just a critical error there at the end. That sets the table for the shootout. And then in the shootout, it is the legend in what we'd find out afterwards was his final water polo game ever. Filip Filipovic making it the game-winning goal in the shootout following the big stop from Brendon Gyapjas on the other end. Let's take a look back at all the big moments from the National League 2026 Championship.
And welcome back to the Woollett Aquatics Center in Irvine, California. It's the championship match, Open Division of the 2026 National League in Irvine, ahead of this showdown between the high-powered LA Athletic Club. They've got all the names you know, some stars from through the years in international water polo, going up against the Olympic Club.
Cash prize on the line. First place, $15,000. Filipovic to Dodd to Varga. And it's Filipovic.
Nasty.
Mirkovic, oh! He's got a 5-pack! He's got 3. And gives a knowing nod. That's what I do. In and drills it. 1 goal game with 4 minutes to play. It's a power play strike. Spreads that needle. The lefty delivers. 1:37 to go here in the fourth. 10-10. It's a nail-biter in the National League final. And then a game explosion. And we will head to a penalty shootout. Save Gyapjas! And that might do it. Filip Filipovic for the National League Championship for Los Angeles. Yes! The anthem for finisher, Filipovic. And LA Athletic Club, National League champions. I can't remember a game like this. How do you describe the emotion you and the guys are feeling?
First off, hats off to Olympic Club in New York. They have set the bar for the last 100 years. It's been 101 years since LA Athletic Club has won a National League championship, and it means a lot to us.
A lot of intensity. This felt like a big game. It felt like a high-stakes game. How do you describe it from in the pool? It got physical. It was intense. What'd you see out there?
With the experience that we had on our team, I don't think we ever really thought we were out of the game. I don't think that's our mindset ever. Come back 3 goals and pull them to 0 in 1 quarter. Pretty incredible for a team to do, no matter what stage it is.
Let's say that this is one of the finals that you are living for. We didn't give up. We said we need to pressure them as well. We need to play as they are playing. He's probably one of the best that World Water Polo will see in the last month. So I'm very grateful for being a part of this club.
That experience and love what bring the team to this trophy today.
And now we turn the page towards the Team USA women and their play at the World Cup Division I qualification event in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. Much like the men's team not too long ago, Team USA there with hopes of qualifying for the World Cup final in Sydney, Australia this July. Same story, 8 teams. They need to be in the top 5 to punch their ticket to Australia. They did exactly that with a really special effort. In group play, Team USA came out strong in their first day, but then lost the next day to Spain. That really put the pressure on day 3 as they closed out group play. The way the groups broke out in this event, if you could get in the top 2 of your group, that puts you in the final 4, already punched your ticket to Australia. So kind of 2 parts to this event. There was the qualification piece, if you could make the top 4, and then winning the event piece, if you could finish things out strong. Team USA, they did both. On day 3, came out lights out against Japan. A 20-goal victory. That punched their ticket to Sydney. And once they got rolling, they could not stop. Picked up 3 more wins to close out play in the Netherlands, including a revenge victory over Spain, 7-5. It was a thrilling result for Team USA and the squad. They punched their ticket to Australia. They also got a chance to gel together as a group. A lot of new faces coming together over the last couple of years for this squad, and it helps set the table for the rest of the summer here for the Team USA in this important building year on the road to LA 28. After the big wins, we caught up with some members of the team, including Olympic gold medalist Paige Hauschild and newcomer Lucy Haaland-Ford.
Yeah, qualifying for World Cup was our #1 goal being here, and it's super exciting to get some wins, especially after so much time apart. We're all coming from college season, professional season, wherever we were at, to come together and to put some wins together, and just to earn more time at the top level this summer in Sydney is exciting, and it's exactly what we came for.
It's super exciting qualifying for the final, and I think we're all just really excited to get back to Long Beach, start training again, and compete with the best of the best this summer.
After the loss, it's never easy. Obviously, that's never fun. We're all here to win, and we're all competitive, so it was definitely a bummer, but I think as a whole, there was a lot of little wins within that game. Obviously, we came up just short, but we tried to focus on what we did well. We knew we'd get another opportunity against them in the second half of the tournament, and that's where we really turned our focus. So, yeah, just learning from our mistakes and taking away what we can to, get that win in game 2.
Yeah, coming off the first loss to Spain, it was obviously a bummer, but everyone was super fired up to play them again. For me, it's really exciting. This is my first senior team trip with World Aquatics, and so I'm just learning so much, and it was the first time I've ever played Spain, so coming off that first loss was just such a good learning opportunity for me, and I was able to learn so much from my teammates and then come back and have a great win, so it was super exciting. It was a really quick turnaround from college season, but I think just coming together, we haven't been together in a really long time, so it's just super exciting to get to see everyone and just come here, compete, win, and try to get to our goal.
We stick with Team USA, but now at the lower levels, the USA Water Polo Pipeline. A couple of weeks back, while there was so much happening, Mountain Madness, NCAAs, Division III Championship, there was also the ODP Boys NTSC National Team Selection Camp, how they determine who moves forward in that next step in the Team USA journey to try to make all of these various pipeline squads, youth, cadet, developmental. Jack Coker, who heads up the boys' side on the academy front, sharing a bunch of content from the weekend. Thanks to Jack for sending along some photos and videos. Girls ODP NTSC, it's coming up next weekend, so best of luck to all the athletes taking part in that event. Looking a little further down the road, we've got the USA Water Polo Hall of Fame induction. It's coming up on June 19th in Brea, California. Don't miss your chance. Join us in Brea. Get your tickets to honor 4 legends of the game. You've got Peter Hudnut, the Stanford great. He was part of that Beijing 2008 men's Olympic team. They shocked the world, went from ranked 9th to winning the silver medal. It was their first medal since the 1988 Olympic Games. Then you've got another Stanford Cardinal, Annika Dries, out of Laguna Beach. She was part of that history-making squad for the USA women when they broke through in London 2012, winning the first ever gold medal in USA women's water polo program history. Then coaching greatness. How about San Diego State legend Karen Crawford? And she was part of a Team USA squad in the early days, in those pioneer days of women's water polo when they had to pay their own way to compete in events around the globe, then transitioned into coaching, where she became one of the all-time greats in Aztec history. And then we go across the coast to New York City. New York Athletic Club legend and all-time great at Fordham, Chris Judge, rounding out our class. So 4 excellent inductees. Looking forward to honoring them. It's going to be a great way to kick off the Masters Nationals weekend. Mount Sac playing the main host there for Masters Nationals. But visit usawaterpolo.org. Get your tickets now for the Hall of Fame induction. We'll be sharing more in the weeks ahead as we look forward to an awesome lunch honoring 4 very deserving inductees. And now we turn back to our big conversation, and it's all things National League. As we told you earlier in the show, it was a huge weekend for the Los Angeles Athletic Club, winning their first ever National League crown. And then in the 18U ranks, it was the first year for 18U, so your first ever champ, it goes to Newport. We caught up with some victorious members of both of those squads.
Well, it's been a long grind. There's been a lot of weekends. It's been extremely fun. We've been attacking every single game like it's our last. And I also want to give credit to the men's league. It's great to watch them play and see how elite level water polo players play, and then we try to go and model that in the 18U league. It feels amazing, you know. I'm a senior, and this is my last tournament with my friends, and it feels great to win this league and celebrate this with my teammates and my friends. It's brothership, you know. I've been playing with the same group of guys since I've been in 10U, and it's all brothership. We're the closest group of guys, and we grind every day, every morning. And it's paid off for sure.
All right, Wes Kading, LAAC, insane finish. I can't remember a game like this. How do you describe the emotion you and the guys are feeling?
First off, hats off to Olympic Club in New York. They have set the bar for the last 100 years. It's been 101 years since LA Athletic Club has won a National League championship, and it means a lot to us. So that emotional build-up for the last 10 years of building this has been incredible. But man, I was nervous. I mean, going to a shootout, what an unbelievable game, back and forth. And the guys just fought, and everybody's holding hands and hugging each other, and just came together. And it's hard to describe, hard to elaborate on that.
You start off strong, they come back, they go up 3. The fourth quarter, it just seemed a little like low energy across the board. What changed for your group to battle back?
You know, great leadership. Eric, our head coach, called out the team and said, look, this is why we're here. And when you have young players who are looking up to the older players, the leadership from Ivovic, Ryder, who's young but really plays like he's old, Chase Dodd, Filip Filipovic, Nick Bakari, Poofy, they all step up and they led from the front. And that it's a team thing. And even going into the 5 meters, we didn't pick the lineup. They picked the lineup. They did it themselves, and so it shows how much they believe in themselves. And that's what it was. Down 3, like you said, they took over, and that's what has to happen.
You, the club, made an investment to bring in the best players you could possibly get. How do you describe that scenario that plays out where a guy like Filipovic comes over, he scores so much in regulation, and then wins it at the end?
A dream scenario, and I think it couldn't happen to a nicer person. It's been such a humbling experience getting to know these guys and working with them and bringing them over, and you know, they're just great people, and we feel so lucky that they've trusted us and decided to come to LA Athletic Club. Poetic, if nothing else, and my personal relationship with them is so deep, and it was really meaningful to all of us.
Awesome, congratulations.
Thank you for having us.
I've been describing it maybe the craziest finish I've ever seen. To go from, I think you probably thought you lost, to then going into a shootout. How do you describe the ups and downs of the emotion in this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the experience that we had on our team, I don't think we ever really thought we were out of the game. I don't think that's our mindset ever, but we definitely did think it was going to be tough. And to come back 3 goals and hold them to 0 in 1 quarter, I think is pretty incredible for a team to do, no matter what stage it is. But I mean, I think we're just really proud of each other and how we were able to fight. As you can see, this team's a bunch of people that really have never played together, so be able to beat a team that practices twice a week is pretty cool. A team that's been playing together for a while is also pretty amazing.
You've accomplished a lot in your young career, but as you look out at this lineup and you're taking the ball from Varga over to Filipovic, like, how do you decide, where do I fit into all of this?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like they've been really welcoming in a sense. They've allowed me to kind of have my chances being a younger guy. They understand, you know, I want to shoot. I'm not really looking to pass sometimes, but they've been really welcoming in that sense. But then at the same time, I've been watching them for my whole life, been looking up to them. Filipovic for sure, Ivovic obviously, and Varga. So it's just been really incredible to play on the same team, kind of see what their mindset is, what they're thinking about. But again, they like water polo. I like water polo, so fit in really well.
A lot of intensity. This felt like a big game. It felt like a high-stakes game. How do you describe it from in the pool? It got physical. It was intense. What'd you see out there?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was very competitive. I think both teams really wanted to win. I think everyone prepared a lot for this. I mean, I know we had practices. We were playing the whole season together. I know Oak Club's been practicing. They're all in really good shape. So I know that comes with a very competitive game. So I think it's really good for our sport to have kind of a league forming where a lot of teams are practicing together, really forming like a team aspect, making it, again, a really competitive environment.
And then last thing, LA now 15 grand richer. How cool is it to have a prize purse element to this that we've never seen before?
Yeah, I think it's great. I know that water polo isn't exactly the biggest sport, but in order to get there, you got to have something on the line, and I think that's a great thing to kind of introduce is some aspect to have people kind of work for something. So I think that's great. I think it's really nice of him to obviously give us the money to do it, create that. So it's what the sport needs.
Awesome. Thanks, Ryder.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Okay, absolutely wild ending. Tell me your emotions from thinking the game-winning goal has been scored to then making the game-winning, essentially, penalty block.
So I was so hyped up literally the whole game. Like, that's a wonderful feeling to play with those guys from Europe and all that lot of talent. You know, you feel the love in the team. It was just amazing. You know, I was so hyped up. Penalties. Actually never happened to me ever in my life. I didn't stop a penalty in the first round, so I was a bit sad and mad about myself. But you know, the stop came when it was necessary and we won. I'm happy about that.
Tell me about the bond of this group, right? These are guys that you don't get to play together every day. You haven't been one team for years. How did you come together for this championship to find a way through?
Yeah, so most of the guys are from colleges, right? So we're still playing together in a championship. Most of us, old friends. Bunch of European power as well on the team, who literally players who are just grown up. So it was amazing to see them again. So that experience and love what bring the team to this trophy today.
What's it like to be in the goal and to see out there guys that you grew up watching as a fan playing on your team?
It's amazing feeling, you know, like that was always my dream to play high level. I love to be here in California, you know. Yeah, I'm super excited for the future as well and hope we're gonna have a lot of success like that in the future as well.
Awesome, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Tell me about this game. You played a lot of water polo. Have you ever seen a finish like that where a game winner is called off and then you win it in penalties?
Let's say that this is one of the finals that you are living for. Honestly, I was not expecting this kind of the game. We knew that O Club will be very physical and then they will never give up through all the game. But of course, when they were leading 10-7, yeah. So we didn't give up. We said we need to pressure them as well. We need to play as they are playing. And honestly, I was not expecting that we're gonna go to the penalty shots. But as I told you, I think this picture today is probably one of the best that World Water Polo will see in the last month. So I'm very grateful for being a part of this club. This is my very last game of the career, and I couldn't imagine in my dreams to finish it like this. Yeah.
So this is it. You will not play water polo again.
You will never see me from the other side of from inside of the pool. Yeah, that's it. I decided I didn't want it to announce, of course, because whenever I announce, something happened. So yeah, I was waiting for this moment, and as I told you, somebody sent me the signal. So this is it. Yeah, the last shot, last goal. This is for the club, and I'm very proud to be part of LA Athletic Club. Really, I think that these guys this year are really amazing team, and I was only proud to lead them to the end.
You couldn't have scripted a better ending then to your career.
Yeah.
You came out firing early. You know, in a game like this, everyone is keying in on you. They're trying to stop you. How do you handle that defensive pressure constantly in your face?
Because with all this experience that we have, not only me but also the others, we knew what to expect after. So we know what's coming after these attacks and everything. And after this result, we knew that O Club will just stay a little bit. Maybe they will, put the leg from the gas. And we knew that this is our chance. Of course, it's teamwork. We have an excellent Brendon on the cage. We have Ryder, who was he's dominating U.S. water polo for last years, and what to tell, really. I think we won in the defense, not in the offense. The offense today was not definitely our best thing, so it's maybe some things that we need to take it for the future. Definitely these guys, because I told you, I'm staying on dry from now on.
Well, since you're telling us this news about your retirement, I have to ask you, you've won all these things, you've played and achieved gold at the highest levels. What will you miss about wearing the cap and the suit?
Probably this feeling here, with the guys, all the energy that was, really following us through all of these months. Really, when I miss, I don't miss the goals, I don't miss the championships, because we won everything. I won everything with the team, thanks to my teammates. But yes, this kind of friendship and especially the trip, towards our goals. I think this is probably one of the biggest things that I will miss. Spending time with the guys. Now I'm taking another part of it's similar. It will be in water polo, but it's totally other thing than staying in the water and playing this amazing game with the boys.
Once again, thanks to everyone for joining us with all of our coverage throughout the 2026 National League. The bar has been set high. We're excited already for the 2027 campaign. Now we look to our Malmsteen goal of the week, and we got to go back to the National League. Check out this finish. And now we turn to our upcoming events schedule. We'll be right back in La Jolla. They were the site of the NCAA Women's Water Polo Championship at UC San Diego. Now they're hosting the Men's Senior Nationals next weekend. It's going to feature a lot of the clubs you loved from National League play, now capping up and competing for a new championship. Remember, all those games live right here on Overnght. Live stats available via 6/8 Sports. And shout out UCSD. They're also going to host the NCAA Men's Championship this December. Just a fantastic venue for water polo. Looking forward to being back in La Jolla once again here for some high-stakes water polo action. We keep moving on the calendar. Head to San Antonio, Texas. Welcome to Texas, powered by Malmsteen. That'll be May 29th through the 31st. That's going to be a great club age group event. We told you all about the Hall of Fame on June 19th in Brea, and that kicks off our Masters Nationals weekend in Walnut, California, and some surrounding pools starting on the 19th, going through the 21st. More information on all these events at usawaterpolo.org. That'll do it for this week's show. Thanks so much for joining us. And don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, look weak side.